It's never been more important to make an incredible first impression. If you do, you're going to have more jobs, make more spicy senoritas go, oh my God, I want to date you. You're going to make more money, you're going to have more friends, the list goes on and on and on. Today, guys, I'm going to go over a few strategies and tricks in order to boost your first impression prowess, even if you're shy. So here's the other secret, is that if you learn to make an incredible first impression, you're going to have an advantage over 99% of other men out there. When it comes to jobs, when it comes to money, when it comes to spicy senorita action. And the reason is because men are getting worse as opposed to better with making great first impressions. There are a few reasons for that, all right? Before I dive into the tips on how to get better, we gotta back up and figure out why we've gotten so bad. So the first reason is technology. We're over-consuming technology and social media. We're interacting online, which means we're not doing as much in-person interacting. We're not meeting face-to-face, which means we're out of practice. Number two is the casualization of style and grooming, all right? Our style has gotten a lot more casual. And when you don't dress up for those important meetings or when you're meeting somebody, this automatically lowers somebody's impression of you if you're not paying attention. And the same thing goes for our grooming, right? Our grooming has gotten a lot more relaxed. Now, that's good because it doesn't require you to shave every day, but the downside is that it also makes you look a little bit lazy. The next reason is we're not as good at reading cues, physical cues, right? You have to be in front of somebody, you have to practice and actively engage with people in order to understand body language and all of the nuances that goes into interpersonal interactions and communication. The next thing is the rise of influencer culture, which has led to unrealistic expectations. It also has led a lot of people to put on an air or an act of confidence as opposed to just really connecting with somebody on a deeper, more intimate level. When you're so worried about the way that you are perceived by others, this a lot of times will interfere with your ability to connect. And the last reason is lower self-confidence. Because of the loneliness that a lot of men feel, because of the pressures we feel, and because we see a lot of people that we feel are superior to us on social media, whether or not it's the money they have, the girl they have, the guy they have, like whatever, it makes us less secure in who we are. And in order for you to truly make an incredible first impression, you've got to be confident. But the beautiful thing is that even if you're not, you can fake it. All right, so number one is your style. We got to start there because it starts there. We are very visual creatures, and when we see somebody, that is the first thing, the first line of defense of that great first impression. If you are dressed well, you basically have won like half the battle. One of the quickest, easiest things you can do in order to boost your first impression prowess is to dress with style, with intention, with purpose. When you look good, people automatically respect you, they view you as more attractive, and they want to connect with you. They want to be around you as long as you smell good, which right now you come here, little bit of that. Oh, there. Now, not only you look good, you smell sexy as hell. Gentlemen, here's the deal. If you want to smell sexy as hell real quick, I'm going to link down below to the newest fragrance from the house of Pete and Pedro. All right, it is Icon. This bad boy is inspired by one of my all-time expensive, fresh compliment killers, which is Creed's Millésime Impérial. But instead of $500 a bottle, gentlemen, it's under $50. But there's also a discount code down below, guys. It's going to give it to you at an even more amazing price. We also sell the deluxe sample sizes in all the fragrances, guys. So if you're not sure, you could buy a pack of these or them individually. Guys, hit the link down below. Bottom line is this. If you look good, you got to smell good. Because if you don't smell good, it kind of defeats the purpose of looking good. So step number one is dress well. Step number two is make sure that you are well groomed. That includes the way that you smell. Your fragrance, don't be too overpowering. Wear deodorant. Don't have stinky ass breath because that's disgusting. Make sure that your grooming game is strong. Your skin isn't too oily. Your hair is styled and it looks good. All right. Now we can get on to the other stuff that's going to make you stand out from everybody else. All right. Number two is smile. Yes, I said it. There. Here it is. Gentlemen, your smile is the most powerful nonverbal communicating tool that you have. It shows people you're engaging, you're friendly, you're inviting. Now, if you're shy, right, a lot of times you'll be in the corner, you won't want to engage because you feel a little bit awkward, right? And then when somebody meets you, you'll smile nervously. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop. You don't need to, because here's the deal. I want you to focus on smiling authentically. All right, we can tell when somebody's faking shit, right? But if you are somebody that walks into a room or you're meeting somebody, I want you to smile like you have known them forever, which means you're gonna not only smile with your mouth, it's smiling with your eyes. You gotta practice. Go to the mirror, literally, go to the mirror and act like you're walking into a room, put your hand out to shake it and smile. I want you to smile and I want you to look friendly. When you do this, guys, it automatically connects people to you and it makes you look better than the other dudes that are standing there all awkward. We've gotten more awkward as men because we've lost the ability and we're out of practice of communicating effectively and making that great first impression when we meet somebody, right? You've also lost the ability to really engage with somebody and actively listen, which is another trick to make an incredible first impression. All right, unfortunately, when you're shy or when you're somebody that is trying to compensate for something, a lot of times we just talk. We think that if we're not talking, this makes us not confident or not interesting, which couldn't be further from the truth. People do like to talk about themselves. If you're a shy individual, if you're not comfortable being the center of attention or really engaging in terms of asking a bunch of open-ended questions, what you can do better than most people is actively listen. Unfortunately, a lot of us have lost the active listening muscle, right? It is a muscle, you've got to work it, which means you've got to practice it because we are passively consuming content online. All right, active listening is the art of looking intently at the person, making eye contact with just something else, and engaging, right? Shaking, nodding, having verbal cues like, oh, really? You don't say? That's interesting. Wow, like saying, making the person understand that you are not only listening, you are comprehending what they're saying. Eye contact. The next thing we got to talk about real quick. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, but it's important that you learn to make eye contact when you're meeting somebody. Even if it feels a little bit awkward, you got to learn to do it, right? Even if you're just holding eye contact for a few seconds and then breaking gaze, coming back when you're talking or when you're listening, this is something that you need to do. If you're not making eye contact or avoiding it altogether, it makes you look shifty and shady. If you're looking down, it makes you look submissive. And so what I'd recommend when you're talking, right, eye contact right there. If you need to look at their eyebrows, that's fine too. Break to the left, break to the right, come back. Not down, not up, right, left, back. And the last trick for you to make a better first impression than most people, even if you're shy, is be yourself. Don't try to act like you're something that you're not. Be authentically you, but better. Or I should say, be the best version of yourself when you're meeting somebody, right? Which means you're going to speak intently. It doesn't mean you got to speak all the time, but choose your words carefully. Smile, make eye contact, actively listen, engage, look amazing, smell sexy as hell. You do those things, you are so much further ahead than most men because most men have lost the ability to make an incredible first impression. In today's world, the people that have the ability to walk into a room and make an incredible first impression, they're going to have more job opportunities, more career growth. They're also going to be more liked. They're going to have more friends. They're going to have more opportunities. They're going to meet more spicy senoritas because if you are perceived well in the first 3 seconds upon somebody meeting, and I would say it's actually faster than that, a second. You got a second to make somebody fall in love with you or at least respect you. And unfortunately, a lot of you guys have let it slide. You've also fallen down on the job, right? Because you're not dressing with style or intention. You've gotten too casual. You're grooming. You've let it go. And I know that on social media, it's become like, okay, but in the real world, it's not. If you want to have every opportunity at your fingertips that you deserve, you've got to pay attention to the small, subtle things that will make you stand out from everybody else.